Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic will be 5 signs to know if you are smart. So today I'll be talking to you about 5 signs to know if you are smart. As Shakespeare put it in his romantic comedy, As You Like It, the fool doth think he's wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. In other words, smart people often underestimate their brain power. That idea is backed up by a Cornell University study conducted by social psychologists David Dunning and Justin Koga. The phenomenon, now known as Dunning-Kruger effect, is the tendency for those with low abilities in certain areas to overestimate their own competence, and those with higher abilities to assume the task is simple for everyone. If you are not too sure about your own intellect, it could indicate that you are pretty intelligent, thoughtful enough to realize your limitations at least. Now here are 5 signs that you know you are smart. 1. You learned early to read. For a 2014 study, researchers looked at the nearly 2,000 pairs of identical twins in the UK and found out that siblings who have learned to read earlier tend to score higher on the test of cognitive ability. The study authors suggested that reading from an early age will increase both verbal and non-verbal, i.e., reasoning, ability as opposed to the other way around. However, a 2017 paper argued the 2014 report didn't fully account for the environmental and genetic factor that may have been driving the difference in intelligence. 2. You worry a lot. Anxious individuals may have a leg up in certain forms of intelligence than their carefree counterparts. In 2015, Slate compiled a series of studies that explore the link between worrying and intelligence. In one 2015 study published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences, for example, researchers asked 126 undergrads to fill out questionnaire in which they indicated how often they experienced worry. They also indicated how often they engaged in rumination or thinking continuously about the aspects of situations that upset them. Results show that people who tend to worry and ruminate a lot scored higher on measure of values on verbal intelligence, while people who didn't worry or ruminate much scored higher on tests of nonverbal intelligence. More recently, a 2018 study published in the journal Intelligence found that members of Mensa were more likely to be diagnosed with mood disorders, ADHA, ADHD, or autism compared to national averages. 3. You are curious. Thomas Cameron Permuzik, business psychology professor at University of London, wrote an article for Harvard Business Review in which he discussed how the curiosity quotient (CQ) and having a hungry mind makes one more inquisitive. Regarding the importance of CQ, he wrote that it has not been as deeply studied as EQ and IQ, but there is some evidence to suggest that it is just as important when it comes to managing complexity in two major ways. First, smarter people are generally more tolerant of ambiguity. Secondly, CQ leads to higher levels of intellectual investment and learning more over time. A Goldsmiths University of London found out that intellectual investment, or how people invest their time and effort in their intellect, plays a major part in their cognitive growth. 4. You are messy. A study published in Psychological Science by University of Minnesota Carlin School of Management Kathleen Vohs revealed that working in an untidy room actually fuels creativity. In the study, 48 participants were asked to come up with an unusual uses for a ping-pong ball. The 24 individuals working in neat rooms came up with substantially less creative responses than the individuals working in cluttered rooms. And a 2015 study from the University of Groningen in the Netherlands found out that disordered environment prompts people to be more goal-oriented. The findings suggest that we are hardwired to seek order in our lives whenever possible. So when we are faced with physical chaos, we are motivated to create a more abstract sense of organization by pursuing clear, well-defined goals. 5. You are a night owl. The evolutionary scientist Satoshi Kamizawa found out that when you sleep might have something to do with your abilities. In a 2009 study published in journal Personality and Individual Differences, Kanzawa looked at the link between the childhood IQ and sleep habits among the thousands of adolescents. Results showed that the higher IQ teens said that they stayed up later and woke up later on both weekdays and weekends. In an earlier study from 2006, researchers from the Catholic University in Milan found out that late sleepers may be more likely to develop original and creative solutions to the problem more than morning people, according to the ABC Science coverage of study. So these are the 5 signs that you know that you are smart. Okay, I hope we all enjoyed this video. So from what we learned, we know the different ways you know you are smart and how you could even become smart. Another one to say is that smart people don't always try hard. This isn't to say that laziness is a sign of being smart, but it is fair to say that smart people simply don't have to always try hard as strivers who fight to build up their skills, at least in certain fields. In an opinion piece for the New York Times, psychologist David Hambrick and Elizabeth Menes cited a Vanderbilt University study of high intelligent young people. This study tracked 2,000 people who scored in top 1% of the SAT by the age of 13. Hambrick and Menes wrote that the remarkable finding of their study is that, compared with the participants who were only in the 99.1 percentile for intellectual ability at age 12, those who were in the 99.9 percentile, the profoundly gifted, were between 3 and 5 times more likely to go on earn a doctorate, secure a patent, publish an article in an scientific journal, or publish a literary work. A high level of intellectual ability gives you an enormous real-world advantage. I hope you liked the video. Remember to click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button,